You see, and it's here that we see the last thing I want to show you about this life-giving call of God. You see, it is not just a call to enjoy the blessings of God. It is a call, it is a commission to be the conduit of God's blessings to others. You see, in verses 2 and 3, God says to Abraham, I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse, and all the peoples of the earth will be blessed through you. You see, what God is saying is God was going to use Abram. God was going to use his descendants to be the conduit by which he was going to bless the whole world. You see, his blessings which would overcome the curse of sin, his blessing of his gracious redemption. You see, the blessing God is talking about here is not primarily a physical and earthly blessing, although it is that. Rather, it is a spiritual blessing about being in right relationship with him. You see, the blessing that we all really need and that we all really long for is to be known by God and to know him. And so through Abram, God was going to reveal himself to the world. God was going to make himself known to the world as the ultimate blessing. Throughout the Old Testament, this is the call of God's people always, to live as a light on a hill, showing the world who God is and what he is like with their lives and with their community. But the climax of this promise, right, is that through you, all of the peoples on the earth will be blessed. And the truth is, Abram cannot fulfill this promise on his own. And neither can his promised son. As one commentator writes, the climax of this promise can only be fulfilled by Abraham's great son, Jesus. You see, as we begin our study in the book of Matthew next week, Matthew begins with a genealogy. It is the last genealogy in all of the Bible. And the genealogy in Matthew 1 traces the line from this guy, Abraham, all the way to the person and the work of Jesus. You see, what Jesus empowers through his blood and by his Spirit is for his followers to go and make disciples of all nations. You see, without the Spirit of God changing our hearts and giving us new desires and new power, there's no way that we can actually be the blessing to the nations that God calls us to be. And so to be a blessing to all the nations means pointing all of the nations to the ultimate blessing of Jesus.